In 1987, the Pikeville Panthers reached the pinnacle of high school sports. They marched through the regular season at 10-0 and then skated through the playoffs, winning their first state title by beating Russellville 28-6. Then last season, the pressure was on. Many of the starters from that state title team were back for another year, and Coach Hillard Howard was almost expected to bring the trophy back to Pikeville. This time, it was the Harrodsburg Pioneers that would try to derail the Panthers, and Pikeville trailed in this one early. But despite being down 10-0 at the intermission, the Panthers never lost sight of their dream. A 28-point outburst in the second half gave Pikeville their second straight Class A title. And for the third straight year, the Pikeville Panthers are again back in the state final game. This year's opponent will be Trigg County. Tomorrow afternoon, the Panthers will play in their third straight Class A title game. Hello again, everybody. Welcome to Panther football, one win away. I'm Jay Crawford.
And I'm Roger Redmond. And coming up in the next 30 minutes, we'll show you how Pikeville got to the state championship game. We'll also profile some of the players on this Panther team, and we'll take a look ahead at tomorrow's opponent, Trigg County.
All that and much more on Panther football, one win away. Stay with us.
If we can keep playing like we have been, I don't think nobody can stand in our way.
We're playing the best we played all year and maybe a couple years right now, and I think we can win the third one.
I haven't seen Trigg, but they better be ready. We're having a great year, and it's a team effort, and we're going to win as a team, and we're going to go down there and try to win this thing.
We're going out and playing our hardest right now, especially. And at Louisville, we're just going to do our best and try to beat Trigg County. I know they got a powerful team, and they've been ranked up there all year long, and we got to just play our best, and hopefully we'll come out to win.
This means a lot more to us where they didn't expect us to win this year. In the last couple of years, they expected us to win, and just took a team effort this year, and everyone pulling together.
I can't say enough about this team. We're just so thrilled with this group. You know, I know we lost a football game early in the year, and when people were talking to you, they said you won 42 out of 43. What happened at Belfry? And you know, that's we lost over there, and maybe it helped us a little bit. And but I'm just so happy with this team with the progress they've made throughout the year, and the way these kids have come together as a unit. It's just amazing the amount of improvement that they've made from the beginning of the season, and I'm just real happy and real pleased with this team. Okay, hey, gang, super job, I'm telling you. Could never be more proud of a group of young men, I tell you. That's super. We got another big one. We're not going to stop at this thing. We got another one, and we want it.
Pikeville football, one win away. Brought to you by Maynard Insurance, Pikeville National Bank, Citizens Bank of Pikeville, Pauley Building Center, Mayo Family of Drugstores, Blair Furniture, Coleman Oil Happy Mart, and Price Hager Decorating Center.
Our seats get standing ovation.
Our low prices shine.
England corsair.
Now's the perfect time.
Winner of Best Upholstery Performance in a Sectional.
Best supporting sofa.
Best Recliner Design.
And lowest price directions.
England Corsair Sofas and Chairs. Their seats get standing ovations.
White paper furniture. Holiday upholstery sale. This is the heart of America. This is my hometown.
The Citizens Bank of Pikeville is proud of our communities and their accomplishments. We salute our hometown in the heart of America.
There's no other place that I'd rather be. It's all right here for me. Here in the heart of America, my hometown.
Member FDIC.
Blair Furniture on South Mayo Trail in Pikeville is the perfect place to shop this Christmas. With lots of new furniture in stock up to 40% off. They also have gift items starting at $10 and up. Austin sculptures and unusual accent pieces in oriental and brass make wonderful gifts. And they're now adding silk plants to their huge inventory. That's Blair Furniture on the South Mayo Trail in Pikeville.
Did you know that you can get a free car wash at the Plaza or South Mayo Trail Happy Marts? When you get at least an 8-gallon fill-up, you'll receive a wash, wax, and dry all free. So when your car needs gas and a good wash, it just makes sense to come to the Plaza Happy Mart or the South Mayo Trail Happy Mart for a free car wash from top to tires and front to back. Nobody takes care of you like the Plaza or South Mayo Trail Happy Marts.
Happy Mart, we're taken care of. Happy Mart.
The 1989 regular season was filled with ups, downs, and a few surprises for the Pikeville Panthers. The big downer came when they lost to the Belfry Pirates. Pikeville began the season with hopes of breaking the state record for most consecutive wins. The ups had to be winning as many games as they did. 10-1 at the end of regulation, not too bad, considering the fact Coach Hillard Howard thought his Panthers would have to struggle just to have a winning season. The 1989 regular season began with the annual Pike County Bowl against Raceland, and for a while it looked as though Coach Howard's concerns about a winning season may be legitimate. Raceland took an early 7-0 lead, and they kept that advantage throughout the first half. But Panther fans retreated to their first dose of Steve Bailey as he added 2 second-half touchdowns to help Pikeville knock off Raceland 21-7. Week number 2 brought Fleming Neon to town, but again, they were no match for the overpowering Panther attack. The Pikeville team moved it both on the ground and through the air. The final damage, 47-13. The following week, Pikeville hosted Elkhorn City, and despite the injured Steve Bailey, Pikeville made it 32 consecutive wins dating back to 1987. A 49-12 thrashing of the Cougars left Pikeville at 3-0. But after a 38-8 win over Virgie, the winning streak was about to be broken. After 33 straight victories, the Pikeville Panthers finally tasted defeat. It came to the eventual Class 3A semifinalist Belfry Pirates. Pikeville trailed 13-12 at the break, but Belfry exploded in the second half to knock off their Pike County rivals 33-24. Pikeville's record stood at 4-1. The loss to Belfry hurt at the time, but it turned the season around for the Pikeville Panthers.
I can't ever figure out when a loss helps a team, but, you know, sometimes kids get to the point that they think all they got to do is show them they're going to win. But we kind of put that game behind us now, and we tried to build from that. And since then, I don't think anybody has played us close, and I think we've gotten a lot better.
After the Belfry loss, Pikeville dropped Phelps 55-7 and followed that up with a big 66-22 win over Jenkins. The Panthers' toughest win of the season was to Paintsville, a 12-0 defensive battle. Pikeville was able to muster only 2 second-quarter touchdowns, and that was the extent of the offense. But from that point on, Pikeville crushed everyone that stood in their way. The Panthers pounded Prestonsburg 55-12. They embarrassed Johns Creek 74-8, and they finished off their 10-1 regular season by kicking Betsy Lane all over the field, 66-18. Coming into the playoffs, the Pikeville Panthers were a team of a little uncertainty. They weren't exactly sure that they had that blowout capability, but it didn't take long for Pikeville to reestablish their dominance. It all began with the blowout of the Cumberland Redskins, and they finished up with another blowout of the Beechwood Tigers. To say Pikeville has been the most dominating team in the state over the past 3 years in the playoffs is the understatement of the decade. So far, through 3 postseason games, this team has outscored their opponents 151-26. Their only home game was in the regional semifinals against Cumberland. They took full advantage of the home crowd, routing the Redskins 55-6. Running back Steve Bailey put on the show of the season, rushing only 15 times, but racking up 254 yards, scoring 4 touchdowns in just 3 quarters of work. The regional finals was a rematch of last year's regional title game, which saw Pineville play Pikeville as close as anyone before losing 21-14. This year, the game was in Pineville, and this year, it wasn't even close. The Panthers wasted no time whatsoever displaying who the better team was. At the half, Pikeville led 32-0, and from there, it was on autopilot as they advanced to the state semifinal game by punishing Pineville 47-0. And in the state semifinals, just for a while, it looked as though Beechwood would hang tough against the Panthers, but for the 3rd straight season, the Beechwood Tigers quickly became the final hurdle in the Pikeville stretch run. Steve Bailey scored 4 times on the ground. Jason Howard connected on 3 touchdown passes as Pikeville creamed Beechwood 49-20. When One Win Away returns, we'll take a look at Pikeville's opponent for tomorrow's Class A final showdown, the Trigg County Wildcats.
Pikeville National Bank and Trust Company.
We're sharing your dream, America. Believing in you, for all you do. We're sharing your dream, the American dream. Sharing the American dream. Looking for you, America. Now America. Sharing the American dream.
Pikeville National Bank and Trust Company. Member FDIC.
Have the kitchen you dream of with Merillat cabinets from Pauley Building Center. Crafted by America's leading manufacturer, Merillat cabinets come in a wide range of styles from traditional oak to contemporary European, all with a furniture quality finish and extras you don't pay extra for, like adjustable shelves, roll-out trays, and the new Whisper Glide drawer system. Find your Merillat Dream cabinets on display now at Pauley Building Center, South Mayo Trail in Pikeville, where quality and craftsmanship still matter.
Hello, boys and girls. Can you guess where I've been today? Mayo Family of Drugstores. Can you say that? Mayo? I knew you could. Mayo Family of Drugstores have everything you, your mommy, and daddy need to help you feel good and look good. For instance, they even have a registered pharmacist who's your neighbor. That's important, isn't it? Remember the Mayo Family of Drugstores with 3 convenient locations. Ask your mommy and daddy to take you there.
The staff and management of Maynard Insurance invites everyone to visit them at their new location at M&M Lot Number 2 on the Pikeville Bypass. Yes, now with 2 locations to serve your insurance needs better, Maynard Insurance would also like to remind you that they're your AAA representatives in Eastern Kentucky. Maynard Insurance, growing to meet your insurance needs with 2 locations on the North Mayo Trail next to M&M Toyota and their new location at M&M Lot Number 2 on the Pikeville Bypass. That's Maynard Insurance Agency.
The stands at Cardinal Stadium may be empty right now, but one thing for certain, tomorrow afternoon when the Pikeville Panthers take the field to play Trigg County, these stands will be filled with people wearing maroon and white. One of the key reasons for the Panthers' success over the past 3 seasons has been great fan support. Support the players and coaches agree on is second to none. Webster's Dictionary defines the word faithful as one who is affectionate in allegiance. If they were to put a picture next to the word faithful in the dictionary, they could easily use a picture of the Pikeville fans.
Well, you can look around and see. You know, I think this is part of what makes the team also is, you know, the people and the parents getting behind the community, getting behind the team. And we come down here, we root the team on, and it means a lot to the team to look up here and see us in the stands because, you know, we've endured the rain and the snow, too.
We're all behind our team.
What does it mean to the community to have a football team like this?
It's fantastic. What can I say? They're great. We love them.
For the community of Pikeville, football serves as a bond. It brings everyone together, young and old alike, and whenever the Panthers play, the town people all come together.
I want to see Pikeville go all the way to state and then see if we can beat those boys in Trigg County.
I enjoy watching them play, and my son graduates this year, and more than likely I'll be watching Pikeville next year.
The fan support does not go unnoticed by the Pikeville players and coaches. When you're 4 hours from home and the football game is on the line, it's always nice to know your friends and neighbors are all behind you.
We had a great crowd, and I mean, you could look up in the stands, and 3/4 of them were maroon and white, and the rest was red. And you know, it's just everywhere we go, it's like this, and it's just great.
When we walked out here, man, I think the fans makes you feel good to see all the people, you know, come cheering for you. So makes you feel really good.
They've been like this all week. We've had pep rallies out in 0-degree weather, bonfires. They're yelling. They're really behind us right now, and we're glad to have them here, and we couldn't do it without them.
Fan support, it was great today. Like all these fans come from so far just to get behind us.
You know, it's really makes you feel good to look up in the stands and see all that maroon and white. And you know, I looked up there tonight. We had more people here than Beechwood did, and that's amazing. And our fans, you know, I want to give them credit. You know, there's a 12th man for us here, and to see that maroon and white and people screaming and squalling going on really makes you feel good as a coach.
Tomorrow afternoon, the community of Pikeville will somehow seem just a little empty as the players, the coaches, and of course the fans will all try for 3 in a row.
This is the highlight of the season, right? I mean, what can I say? They're a good bunch of boys. Once you know them, you can't help but fall in love with them, I mean, personally. And the whole community gets behind them, and you don't find that very often. I mean, look here tonight at Beechwood. We've got as many fans here as they do. And you just wait till next week we go to Louisville. I mean, the whole town will be there, really.
Okay.
This Trigg County team that Pikeville will face tomorrow has earned the right to be here, winning 13 of its 14 games. Their only loss coming to Class 2A finalist Mayfield. Trigg County is a big, strong football team, one that will present Pikeville with probably their toughest test yet. In its first 3 playoff games, Pikeville is yet to face a serious challenge, blowing out its opponents by a combined margin of 151-26. But in Trigg County, a team that was rated #1 in Class A for a big part of the season, the Panthers' potent offense will face one of the best defenses around.
We'll have a test this coming week with a defense that you haven't seen before that is really, really solid. They've got big tackles, they've got good linebackers, they've got good defensive ends, got a lot of speed in their secondary, and they do a lot of things right.
Though Trigg is big and talented along the line of scrimmage, it is their explosive backfield that's on the minds of the Panther defense.
We don't know too much about them. We know they got a good back and everything, and we're just going to go out and play the way we have been playing, and I think it'll take care of itself.
Though the Wildcats pose a serious obstacle in the path of a 3rd state title in a row, the Panthers say at this point it doesn't matter who they play.
I think we can play with anybody right now, to tell you the truth. I mean, I think we can go out and line up and just play with anybody.
I mean, we're going out and playing our hardest right now, especially. And at Louisville, we're just going to do our best and try to beat Trigg County. I know they got a powerful team, and they've been ranked up there all year long, and we got to just play our best, and hopefully we'll come out to win.
Well, what do you think this team's chances are of winning the state championship?
Great.
You played here now all year. What do you think?
Great. I haven't seen Trigg, but they better be ready.
This is a very special Pikeville football team. When one win away returns, we'll take a look at just a few of the players and personalities that help make this team a winner.
This is the heart of America. This is my hometown.
The Citizens Bank of Pikeville salutes the dedicated people of our communities. You have made our hometowns the heart of America.
There's no other place that I'd rather be. It's all right here for me. Here in the heart of America, my hometown.
Member FDIC.
Our seats get standing ovation. Our low prices shine. England corsair. Now's the perfect time.
Winner of Best Upholstery Performance in a Sectional.
Best supporting sofa.
Best Recliner Design.
And lowest price directions.
England Corsair Sofas and Chairs. Their seats get standing ovations.
White paper furniture. Holiday upholstery sale.
Pikeville National Bank and Trust Company.
We're sharing your dream, America. Believing in you for all you do. We're sharing your dream, the American dream. Sharing the American dream. Working for you, America. Now America. Sharing the American dream.
Pikeville National Bank and Trust Company. Member FDIC.
The staff and management of Maynard Insurance invites everyone to visit them at their new location at M&M Lot Number 2 on the Pikeville Bypass. Yes, now with 2 locations to serve your insurance needs better, Maynard Insurance would also like to remind you that they're your AAA representatives in Eastern Kentucky. Maynard Insurance, growing to meet your insurance needs, with 2 locations on the North Mayo Trail next to M&M Toyota and their new location at M&M Lot Number 2 on the Pikeville Bypass. That's Maynard Insurance Agency.
Pursuit of a 3rd consecutive state championship, this has been a very special season for all those involved with the Pikeville football program, but in particular 3 seniors on this team. One of those is offensive lineman Jeff Roop. Roop went down before last season with open heart surgery, had to miss the entire year, a state championship year. But this year he's back and now has an opportunity to play in a state title game. Last year at this time, the Pikeville Panthers were set to defend their 1987 state football championship, and they were favored by most people to repeat. They had their host of standout performers led by running backs Greg Hackney and Bobby DeRamus and linemen Tim Honaker and Mickey Webster. But notable by his absence was lineman Jeff Roop, who had to miss his senior season due to open heart surgery. The Panthers did defend their championship, going undefeated, and Roop was on the sidelines every game during the season cheering his teammates on. But the story didn't end there for Roop. Jeff was granted a medical redshirt year and has been a big reason why the Panthers are back in Louisville.
It was hard, you know, especially in the final game where we was down at halftime. I was wanting to play so bad. It was hard, but with them winning like that, and they did a real good job, I was proud of them. You know, I made it through, and I'm just glad to come back this year and play. I've been doing all right. You know, I went to the doctor. You know, they released me. And I don't have to see them again in December, and they say I'm doing fine.
In order to get through this ordeal, Jeff needed lots of support from his parents.
They were real supportive, you know. I was glad they were there, you know. They took care of me.
We were kind of apprehensive about it. When we talked to Jeff, and I told Jeff, I said, look, don't play for us. If you want to play, he said, I want to play. I said, go get it. That's all you can say. I mean, it's up to him. It's his dream, not ours.
Now that Jeff has been given complete medical clearance to continue his career, major college recruiters are keeping a close eye on the 6'4", 270-pounder.
I'm still getting a lot of letters from schools, you know, and I'd like to play college football, you know. It's, a lot of schools won't look at you because of a heart condition like that, but a lot of schools still with me, you know, sending me letters and talking to them.
Jeff's going to have to prove himself. There's no question about that. They're still looking, but I'm sure they've got one eye closed.
If there's any doubt as to where Jeff would like to continue his amazing career, maybe this container holding his many letters may give you some idea. When folks talk about the stars of this Pikeville football team, the first name normally mentioned is that of running back Steve Bailey, a 6'2", 170-pound senior who transferred in from Logan, West Virginia. Things haven't always been so rosy this season for Bailey, however. A team that has won back-to-back state championships in 42 of its last 43 games will get its share of publicity. But the Panthers received some attention this season they would rather have avoided. Running back Steve Bailey came to Pikeville this season as a transfer from Logan, West Virginia. A transfer that a rival coach alleged in a newspaper article was recruited to Pikeville.
Steve does not deserve this. He came into our school. He was ruled eligible to play by a high school athletic association. He's a football player just like any other kid in the state. And to me, he is one of the better backs in this area. So I think Steve needs some positive recognition this time, and I think he's a big timer.
Bailey definitely deserves notoriety for his on-field exploits, rushing for over 1,000 yards while leading the state in scoring during a 13-1 season.
I think he's a whole lot like Greg Hackney. You know, he's got real good moves. But, you know, I think he's a little bit quicker than Greg, maybe faster than Greg was.
Bailey says negative reports about his Pikeville transfer haven't been that much of a bother.
Just try to overlook his coach told me, you know, don't worry about it. It'll be died down after a while. Just overlook it. Keep playing. Don't have to fix now.
In addition to his success as a runner, Bailey is also the team's place kicker and punter, and doubles as a defensive back.
He's just a complete player. He kicks the football, he punts the football. He's an excellent defensive player.
He's just a tremendous asset, you know. He's probably the most valuable player.
Everybody's looking forward to going to Louisville. Playing for a third state championship. My first, no third. I'm fired up too.
The relationship between a head football coach and his quarterback is always vital to a team's success. But in Pikeville's case, the relationship between Hillard and Jason Howard kind of takes care of itself. Last season, Jason took over as the starting quarterback in the 7th game, had proceeded to lead the Panthers to their 2nd state championship in a row. This season, the younger Howard is among the state's leading passers, averaging over 200 yards a game, and is a major reason why the Panthers are 13-1 and headed back to the finals.
He probably wouldn't even be playing quarterback now if it hadn't been for some of our assistant coaches his sophomore year. We were trying to find a backup quarterback, and they came up and said, we found one, Jason. And that was one position I really didn't want to put him in because I felt like that would put he and I in a position where we would have some problems. But it's been nothing but great, and he's been super to coach, and, you know, I can't say enough good things about him.
Jason's a great quarterback. He's not just playing because his dad's a coach. He's a great quarterback. He's got a lot going for him, too. I hear some of them joke around and stuff, going, I hate him sometimes and stuff like that, but I guess in my mind I say that sometimes, too. But, I mean, they're out there just trying to work us to our limit, and everybody's going to get frustrated when they get tired and everything, but he's a good coach, and he pushes us to our limit, and that's why we're winners.
With the success Pikeville has had with Jason at the helm, Hillard Howard has heard no criticism of who he has chosen to play quarterback.
Jason has earned this. He's been around football since the 3rd grade, and he's trailed along behind us at camp and at practice since he was small. And, you know, I think he's learned a lot of football, and I think he's earned everything that he's got.
His dad was probably worried to death that people would think that he was starting because he was the coach's son, but he really deserved to, and he's a real good player.
I concentrate mostly on just what I had to go out and do on the field. I don't worry about what everybody else says. It's just how I go out and play. We don't really discuss football that much. It's just like a normal family relationship, and we have a good time, and we go fishing, hunting, and all normal things a father should do, and we have a great time.
I try to treat him like everybody else on the field, but, you know, when you're dealing with your son, I guess, you know, it's somebody special, and, you know, we try to leave it here, and we talk very little football, Tom.
It's really unreal. I never dreamed that we'd ever win 2 and maybe 3, and these last 2 years have been very special.
The relationship between the Howards and Pikeville football looks to be far from over. Youngest son Ben seems to be planning to take over the reins in the future.
If they didn't have a coach like this, they wouldn't be no good.
Right now, the scoreboard at Cardinal Stadium has nothing on it, but you can bet it will not stay empty for long. Tomorrow afternoon, the Pikeville Panthers will go for their 3rd consecutive state Class A title. Good luck to the Panthers as they try to make it 3 in a row. Thanks for watching, and good night. Pikeville football 1 win away. Brought to you by Maynard Insurance, Pikeville National Bank, Citizens Bank of Pikeville, Pauley Building Center, Mayo Family of Drugstores, Blair Furniture, Coleman Oil Happy Mart, and Price Hager Decorating Center.